I have a Facebook page called Study in France, become part of that. I sometimes actually go live and then answer your questions, so make sure that you become part of that. Let's start the video. Alright guys, welcome back once again. I'm sitting here with Joe and Avi. I'm sitting in the campus of Schema Business School. Today we'll be talking about 7 things which you're supposed to do within the first month of arrival in France, irrespective of where you are. Joe and Avi have divided these topics and we're going to be diving in really deep. Make sure that you watch this video till the last, so that you have all the information which you're supposed to. Good, you're spending a lot of money in this country. You better watch it till the last. Let's start.
I can start.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay, so the first thing you have to check is the accommodation. You have to book an accommodation that will be necessary for your visa. So in order to find an accommodation, most of the school will have an accommodation team which will be helping you. Once you reach France, you got your visa and all, then you can move to another accommodation. We have some governmental accommodation, the cruise. We have some private residencies all around the campuses, or you can also stay in a family for the cultural experience. So the choices are wide, but make sure you have an accommodation, because without accommodation, no visa. Without accommodation, no stay back.
Because when you want to go and apply for visa, there is a section which you have to fill it in, like where are you going to stay?
Yeah, at least for 3 months.
Temporary one, right?
Yeah.
That can be temporary one. Like if they're lucky, they might get a long-term contract, right?
For sure, you can sign for 1 month.
But for temporary, just go for anything what you're getting. Of course, looking at your budget.
Second point, once you validate your accommodation, you go to the school, then you finalize your registration. If you have some missing papers, you add it. Get your student card and your registration certificate.
Right, like I have officially, I've arrived here. It's an official paper from university that I'm a student.
Yes.
What is that called in French?
We call it certificat de scolarité.
2 things are done. I've figured out my accommodation. I've got myself registered in school on the first day, and I've also got my student ID card.
Yes.
What's the third one?
Then you have to take an appointment with the international office for the visa renewal purpose. So when you arrive as a student in France for, let's say, 1 master with us, you will get automatically a 1-year student visa. Okay, but when you start and you arrive, you have to be ready for the next step. How will you renew your visa? So you take an appointment with the international office, which will help you for the OFI procedure. What is OFI procedure? OFI is a French Foreign Office. Okay, so from the student visa, you will get a resident visa. With a resident visa, you will be able to work, to look for a job, and after that, you can renew it every year.
Right, just a clarification. So imagine I'm flying from India, right? I arrived in Paris, I started my school. It's first month I completed, right?
Yeah.
What visa I am on at that time?
You are in student visa.
Right, so am I not allowed to go and work and continue with my life with that?
With your student visa, you can take an internship and all, but you can't travel, let's say, in all Schengen countries.
Now I get it. Okay, so that is very specific to France.
Yeah.
And that will be for 1 year.
For 1 year, yeah.
Right, and to change that student visa to resident permit.
Yes, to resident permit, which will make you able to travel all around Schengen, the 26
Schengen
countries.
region,
Then you need to change your visa. And that's the OFI procedure. You have to declare yourself as a student in France to the authority with the French Foreign Office.
Right. Can I not go directly? Do I always have to go through international office in colleges?
Yes, you will have to take an appointment, because that's the international office who will put your file to the French administration that we call prefecture.
Alright, let's move on from here. What's the 4th thing now?
Get you a bank account. So you have to choose between a bank. There's a lot of banks. In Schema Business School, we have partnership with some banks that are Société Générale or BNP. So maybe it's easier to open an account over there. It will help you on everything, because you need a bank account in France for your insurance, for your transport, for any subscription you will have to do. You need to have a bank account, a French based bank account.
Like in Germany, there is something called blocked account, but then that amount is already blocked. But here in France, if you're coming here, you still have to show government some money. Maybe like how much?
Yeah, you have to show around 750 euro a month
per month
for 12 months.
Correct.
That's before you are able to France.
Correct. So that money is sitting, let's say, in my Indian account, right? After I arrive here, I would not, as she said, I don't want to transact every month. If I want to pay for my local bills here,
Yes.
I can't transact using my Indian account. That means I'm paying a lot of money for the conversion all the time. So usually, is that what students do, that they transfer all that amount from there into the
Yes.
freshly open account?
Yes, into the freshly
Got it
open
now.
accounts. It's important to have your student card before doing this because there is discounts for students
Right,
when you
right.
open a
Maybe like a
bank
zero
account. Yes.
account they can open for
Zero
you.
fees.
Zero fees
Zero
account,
fees,
something
and
like
most of the bank will offer you money to
Money
open
to-
account.
Yes.
So you are a student,
You
you
are
are
student.
coming, you are opening an
Yes.
account, you get free 50 euro given by the bank.
that. What?
Yeah.
Yes.
You get money paid
Yeah,
for what?
because they want you to open accounts.
Loyalty.
Okay, this is getting okay. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead.
Then you have the health insurance. Of course, it's very important to cover yourself in case you need to go to the doctor and all. So in France, the good thing is that your health insurance is included in your tuition fees. So at Schema, we don't charge, for example, any student for the health insurance part. It's included in the fees. And apart from that, if you want a complementary health package, you can subscribe to one provider. So in France, we have two providers for students. The first one is LMDE, the other one is SMEREP. So they will offer the basics, so no additional fees. It's part of your package.
Right.
Plus, you can take their options, and for that, you will pay a bit more
Right.
money, and they will cover for everything.
If I understood your point correctly, so I get registered in this school, for example, yeah, and I have already paid with my tuition fees some amount,
Yeah.
which goes for health insurance.
Yeah, automatically. The school
that
will
is for 1
register
year?
you. Yeah, that will be for 1 year.
1 year, yeah.
Yes.
With that health insurance, I'm already covered. I do not have to pay every month like in Germany.
Yeah.
Because in Germany we have to pay 90 euros every month, irrespective of whether you're ill or not. You know.
In France, nothing to pay. You will be covered starting the day one.
But you have to register first to Amélie.
Yeah, good point.
That is the public, the one.
So it's a centralized platform.
Yes, that's it.
Where you go and register, and once you register on that platform, it allows you to go and open
the
other.
complementary to LMD or SMEREP.
Right. What? Okay. The complementary means you already have a health insurance, and on top of that, you want extra cover for yourself. Let's say, you know, you have an eye problem, which is not covered in your basic package. That means you pay like 20 euro, 15 euros extra, and that also allows you to cover that.
The next things to do is to subscribe for a phone and
SIM
internet.
cards.
Yes.
Tell me the companies which are there in the market, like famous ones.
Okay, the major famous ones are Orange, Bouygues, SFR, Free, and you have BNU, Energy Mobile, a lot of other
Yeah.
companies too.
If you want to recommend me something, which one would you? Free.
Yes.
It's called as free.
Yes, free. It's free. It's not free, but it's almost free because you have, for example, a subscription that is €1 per month, and for €1 you have internet. You have.
Wow. But again, you got the point. These are the SIM card companies. You can go ahead and buy them where?
Anywhere.
Anywhere. You can
Anywhere.
find it in
Like
any
supermarket,
mall. Yeah,
supermarket, mall,
yes.
electronic shops, anywhere,
Yes.
yeah? I think we're at the last point now.
Then
Yes.
transportation. Of course, you want to enjoy your time in
Oh,
the
yeah.
campus. Paris is a very nice city, but all the cities in France offer a rich cultural life. So to move on, you have to find and to buy a transportation card. So for that, you have to subscribe a transportation card. They will ask you your student ID, your bank account details and all. And you can have a transportation card which will help you to travel all over Paris for around 30 euro per month. And for the transportation for students is much more cheaper than for an employee, for
Oh,
example.
for sure, for sure. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm sure you guys have understood and keep those things in your notes. Make a notes in your phone. But yeah, if you have any questions, reach out to us.
Bye bye.
Bye.